So most Amazon FBA sellers have been taught to ignore their passion, go find something that sells well and sell that, go to Alibaba, make a slightly different version, sell that instead. I'm here to tell you that that is not true, and I have proof in this video about how you can build an audience first, get them excited about a product that you might be working on, and then bring that to market for them. Now, one key thing to remember is that you want to sell a product that perhaps you're interested in, but don't look at it as what is the product that you're interested in. Look at it into what is the hobby or enthusiasm that I have towards something in general. So it's hard to think of products because there's billions of products. Okay, usually you don't think of a product out of thin air. You usually think of, oh, I like fly fishing. So, what are the products that fly fishermen buy? Okay, now I can list hundreds of things, right? We have pliers, we have fly bags, we have, lines and oils for reels, and it's just cases. The list goes on and on. Now, that might be not be relevant to you, but I'm sure every single one of you can go, oh, it's baseball, or it's, jewelry making, or it's combat saber, something I would have never, ever thought of. So indulge in your Star Wars fantasies with a combat saber. This sport is a great way to work out and even protect yourself if needed. I would have never known that this exists. So combat saber. Okay, so that looks like it's some kind of fitness thing. Very interesting, right? You can dig deeper if you want to look into that. We're not going to look into that. Fermenting, book binding, tarot cards, right? Mechanical keyboards, foraging. Foraging is a really good one, right? Because people that forage probably have some form of pride about it. Not a negative pride, but just they take pride in gathering their own food, right? So this is something that they're excited to do. They perhaps have a foraging basket. They have a knife for cutting mushrooms. I mean, I don't even forage, and I could think of a couple of different products there. So let's move into how you would start from there, because everyone is so used to having, this traditional way. I'm selecting a price range. So I'm going 15 to 20, or that's kind of low, 15 to 40, and then I'm selecting a review count, 100 maximum, and I'm putting in all these filters, and it has to be making between, $7,000 per month and $32,000 per month. And then I'm hitting search and I'm kind of seeing what pops up for that. And, that can work, but again, we're not really working backwards from an audience and trying to think of what they buy. We're actually doing the exact opposite. We're finding products that happen to sell well within a certain range, and then just trying to piggyback off of that market's sales for an individual product. And really quickly before we move on, if you guys can just do me a favor and gently tap the like button down below, it helps me out so much, helps the YouTube algorithm, helps me as a small channel. And as a thank you to you, here's a picture of a baby deer. So when you find something like foraging, how do you then go see if that's a good market to enter? And then how do you find products and bring those products to market? Let's get into that right now. Now, the first thing that I would encourage you to do is make a social media page for your brand in that specific place and just start posting every day. Okay? So generally, if there's an enthusiasm for something, there's people that want to constantly learn more about that thing or just hear about it in general. So I kind of made this page as an ode to my fly fishing hobby, right? Completely organically, just posting. Had it for about a month now, and we have 77 followers. Now, a lot of you are thinking, well, yeah, good luck making $1 million business with 77 followers. That's not the point. I'm not even doing this to create a business. I'm just doing this to show you that with completely organic efforts, just posting relevant content in an area that you have an enthusiasm for, other people happen to relate to, you can reach thousands of people, and then 77 people that are actually engaged. The key here is I'm not doing this spammy. So look at the engagement on this. 573 likes. I posted this morning. Here we go. So I go to Reels. 9,300 views on a reel that I posted less than an hour ago on a small organic page. And then look at some of the engagement with others. 3,000 views, 8,000 views, 3,000 views, 3,000 views. Do you know how difficult it would be for me to go and make a YouTube channel organically that gets 8,000, 3,000, 9,000 views within the first couple of weeks of making the page? And then I have a portion of those people go and follow me. And then it snowballs so that my next posts have better engagement, and everyone that comments, I engage with them. And then guess what? If I did ever want to sell a product here, I have the audience, so the product is easy. I can sell the net, I can sell the flies, I can sell the scissors, the tools, I can sell any of this stuff. We can make a custom rod, or that's kind of extreme, but you get what I'm saying, custom fly bag. The audience comes first, and you build content for them and you build your list, and then you can find the product later. So I can pick any product and it doesn't necessarily matter. I'm finding the people first, foraging, and then how would I turn that into a business? Well, I would make an Instagram page called Foraging Something Company, and then I would go out and forage consistently and take content surrounding me foraging. Because again, theoretically, you should enjoy that thing. And if you don't, maybe you can get into something that is not exactly what you're doing. So again, my main business that I'm operating with a physical product, working with US manufacturers is not this. That's why I'm showing this to you. This is just recreational and it's for fun. We threw this logo up together in a logo generator in Savage and Smith Steel Company because my buddy's name is Smith and we go fishing all the time. So anytime we have content, we post it. Like I said, a year comes down the line. We want to do a guided trip for people, take them out fishing, make a couple $100. We can do that. We want to sell a product. We can do that. Okay. So now you're seeing the importance of having the actual recognition that comes along with content and engagement and people knowing who you are, not just selling a random product and people forgetting about it forever. So let's take that example of foraging and let's go to Amazon and see, okay, you've made the foraging page. How do we then gain some information about what those people actively look for and what they like so that we can potentially bring a product to market? If we go to Amazon, we just go in the search bar and we type foraging into the search bar, we can actually see what happens here. So let's go ahead and just hit search with foraging and just see what the products look like for foraging. So we're going to come through here and it looks like there's actually a foraging set. So that's a bag with like a mushroom cutting knife and then some other things, some tools, maybe even like an identification guide would be smart in this area. And then it looks like there's a lot of books. So the waxed canvas bag for foraging. So it looks like that pouch is going to be one of the most common products here, and then it looks like the knife is kind of secondary to that. There's a really cool tool that we can do. We could just pull up X-ray, and they actually have this little tool here now, so you don't have to go up into your bar. If you have the updated version, you just click down there on X-ray, and it'll go ahead and pull this up for you. And let's take a look at some of this stuff. So when we come through here, foraging pouch does $700 in sales. This waxed canvas one doesn't have any sales. Hide and drink wax canvas foraging pouch. This one does $8,000 in sales. Okay, so this is starting to look somewhat interesting. You know, there's not really a lot of customers here. There are a couple people doing it somewhat successfully. So what that's telling me is it's probably a little bit too niche. Now, what I am seeing is that a lot of the books are actually doing a lot better than the actual baskets and stuff like that are. But I don't see a whole lot of baskets. So it could be a symptom of not having a lot of options, that the fact that they're not selling so much. If you were to, build off of the search volume, let's go see how many customers are looking for things. If there's enough people there looking already, we can present something to them. So let me show you how that would work. We're going to pop into Magnet here, and we're going to use Magnet, which is a keyword search term or search tool. And we're going to put foraging. So let's just see what comes up. So I'm going to look at the auto recommended first. Foraging bag, book, basket, pouch, toys for parrots. That's an interesting one. Kit, knife, mat for rabbits, tools with kids. So let's just hit foraging. Now, if you don't have Helium-10, they're actually running a really cool deal right now. You can get 80% off your first month with the link down below, as long as you connect your Amazon selling account to Helium-10 system with an MWS token or WMS, whatever that thing is. So you have to do the connection with your token to Helium-10. You'll get 80% off Helium-10. So a really, really good deal if you haven't started selling, or if you haven't used Helium-10 yet and you're looking to get it, this is the time to do so. Also, if you upgrade to Platinum or Diamond plan from a lower tier, and you connect your account, you can get 80% off. So if you already have one of the lower levels of Helium-10, you want to go up to one that has more options, you can still take advantage of that deal. Like I said, there'll be a link down below for that. When I come through here, I look at foraging search volume. We have 2,200 there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to sort this by search volume. So we're going to see out of all of this, and then we're going to add a must include forage and then any, and apply filters. So now there's 700 keywords related to forage or foraging. Okay, let's exclude the phrase bird because I see that popping up, and let's exclude toy. So we've gone from 707 down to 687. We've ranked them in search volume. So foraging bag book, foraging, and basket collectively already have over 10,000 search volume. Let's go take a look at foraging bag. So we've identified in step 1 who is your ideal customer, a forager. And then step 2, what do they already buy? So it looks like they buy foraging bags, they buy foraging books, they buy foraging kits, and they buy foraging knives. Okay, let's go take a look at foraging bag, more specific than when we just put foraging in there. So we've landed on Amazon here. We're gonna, again, pull up X-Ray. X-Ray is gonna tell us from Helium 10 exactly how much sales any one of these products has. Let me see that this one has 4,000, this one has 2,600. The rest of them aren't doing so well. So what that's telling me that this market's a little bit too small. And then if we were to use our tool over on Google Trends, pull that up for you. Foraging in here on our market analysis tool where we're doing 4 different proven markets for market size, and then we're layering in foraging on top of that. Funnily enough, it is an ideal market size. So we went over this tool yesterday or 2 days ago in my last YouTube video. Feel free to go back and watch that one if you want more specific what we're doing here. But basically this is from a book called Choose by Ryan Levesque. And what this does is you're never going to change these, okay? So you're going to always have improved memory, beekeeping, leadership skills, and orchid care. Those serve as the baseline, and they serve as kind of the supports and the resistance, if we were looking at this like a stock graph, for how big a market should be. It shouldn't be smaller than the lowest bar, and it shouldn't be higher than the highest bar. And in this case, the blue line, if we just focus in on the blue here, is completely mingled in with everything else. So it's perfectly within the market size that we would want. So when I said, oh, the market's not big enough, no, the Amazon market's not big enough. And why might that be? Well, we could think about that strategically for a second, right? Do you think that people that forage, they are living off the land, they're connected to nature, are very big Amazon purchasers? No, probably not. But are they completely disconnected from the internet? No, so they're using Google. So while foraging on Amazon might be relatively low and there might be only about 10,000 people looking for it, foraging in general, whether it's a website or whether it's on social media, might have hundreds of thousands of people or millions of people interested in doing that. I'd say it's probably closer to the hundreds of thousands or thousands of people. By using these different tools, by using these different methods, we've actually found a specific niche that fits perfectly within the ideal market size. In this book, he said every time something was lower or higher than this, completely failed, and every time something worked and we made several $1 million in a business area, it was within these parameters. We've seen that there is, in fact, search volume for it already on Amazon. So if we were to become successful somewhere else on our own website, on Instagram, we built a foraging page and then came back here and listed it. We can see organic success and gain additional sales here. The people that sell in this area are buy in this area are enthusiastic about this thing. It's a lifestyle, it's a hobby. If we were to put foraging into foraging into Instagram, we could see what the engagement might look like. So nothing incredibly high, but okay, here we go. So 2,700 likes. Marigold Stories. Is this about foraging for the most part, or is this just about nature? Yeah, so it doesn't look like it's entirely about foraging, but it is herbal studies, seasonal living, nature adventures. So this person with 14,000 subscribers with their little foraging basket getting 2,700 likes. This is the perfect place that you might want to reach out to them and build a connection with them so that if you create an awesome foraging basket, they might be interested in promoting that for you. And that's called a Dream 100. There's a great book called Traffic Secrets by Russell Brunson that talks about building a Dream 100. It means what are the 100 influencers that have influence in your space, that have the dream customers that you're looking for. So the kind of people that are interested in, seasonal living, herbal studies, nature adventures, like she says here, foraging, and then getting in front of those people. So you're not going to get in front of all of them because 100 influencers aren't going to give you 100 yeses. You might have 8 yeses, but 8 yeses might be 100,000 of your dream customers. And if you convert 1% of them, well, then you might have 1,000 sales of your new foraging product. So we're going to wrap it up there. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Be sure to like and subscribe down below. And again, I want to thank you for being here because you're the reason that I make these videos. You guys are awesome in the comment sections. And I'm glad to see the new subscribers coming in. So thanks so much. I'll see you in the next video. Later.